It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Here we go. From Hamilton Township, we welcome you to CVC Baseball opening weekend coverage here on WBCB, where this afternoon we've got one of the battles of Hamilton as the Steinert Spartans take on the Nottingham Northstars. And a pleasant, still good morning, not quite afternoon yet, here from Nottingham High School alongside the Mercer County Hall of Famer Rich Fisher. I'm Jordan Hirsch. Fish, although the weather may not feel like it, baseball season is officially back, and what better way to get things started off here on WBCB on opening weekend with a battle of Hamilton, Steinert, and Nottingham.
Yeah, you're not kidding, and you're not kidding about the weather, too. I was joking with Dom DeFrancis, his father. Dom is also the standout linebacker for Steinert. I said, make sure he wears the right uniform today. He might think it's football weather and put his football stuff on, but yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, we open up with the Battle of Klockner Road. Steinert comes down the street to face the North Stars, and it's really a battle between two teams that have question marks. Spartans are coming off a 14-13 season, losing 6 everyday position players, and also losing to injury 2 pitchers who they were counting on. Nottingham was 10-12, lost its senior leaders Brandon Regis and Aiden Lipman. Charlie Iacano just looking for guys to fill that leadership role amongst a lot of sophomores and juniors. Both teams do return some talented pieces as well, and we'll see 2 of them on the mound today. Sophomore Austin Wright takes a bump for Nottingham against Steinert senior Frank Mazzella. Mazzella was kind of a tough luck pitcher last year. He had a losing record, didn't get much defensive support. His 4 of the 7 runs he allowed were unearned. The lefty fashioned a 1.17 ERA in 18 innings of work, and he's one of the top returning pitchers in the CVC. I think he's going to show what he can do this year. And Wright had a solid freshman season on the mound. Second on the Stars in innings pitched with 28 2/3. He fashioned a 3.66 ERA, struck out 35, walking just 9. With a year under his belt, Iacano hoping he comes back even stronger this year. Offensively, both teams have holes to fill. Steinert does have 2 big bats returning. Junior DeFrancis, who I just mentioned, hit .373, led the Spartans with 17 runs scored. He's back in the leadoff spot. And senior catcher Caden Hurley hit .339. After that, it's a lot of unknown qualities for Brian Giolela's squad. The chef only had 7 seniors on the roster, but the good news is he feels that they understood what it takes to win after Steinert won 7 of its last 9 games last season. And he's kind of counting on that strong finish to carry over this year. But a bit of bad news for Steinert is 2 pitchers counting heavily on are hurt. Marco Giambrone suffered Tommy John surgery after forging a 1.11 ERA. And Chris Simonka may need labrum surgery, which could keep him out until mid-May. So the Spartans need to overcome adversity and graduation losses. Like Steinert, Nottingham has a lot of holes to fill offensively, but also has 2 strong bats returning, young guys. Wright and sophomore Luca Gaglione. Wright hit .317 last year, showed some power with 5 extra base hits. Gaglione, .321, drew 15 walks for a .465 on base percentage. Those 2 will be at the top or near the top of the lineup, and Iacano will look for a lot of new faces to fill in around them. One thing the Stars want more this year is consistency, Jordan. They had 2 3-game winning streaks last season, but had a 4-game losing streak, a couple of 2-game losing streaks. It was like a constant 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of season. Look, it's an opener between 2 teams that are close geographically and also close in the type of scenarios they face as we open the 2026 season. But, we'll start to see how they figure things out today, and what's the old phrase? Let's play ball.
Let's play ball indeed. And today's game on WBCB is being brought to you by Team Toyota, the Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford, the Revere Restaurant, the Hamilton Township Animal Shelter, Kessel Dermatology, Saul Funeral Homes, the New Jersey Education Association, the Trenton Thunder, the Hamilton Township Division of Health, Chris's Auto Body, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, De Lorenzo's The Berg in Hamilton, the Trentonian, the Hamilton Township Education Association, and Hyundai of Trenton. Nottingham, they've already started their season, losing 7-6 to Petty here on this field on Wednesday. For Steinert, it is opening day for the Spartans, and we'll have it for you next. Lineups and first pitch right after this on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Nottingham Northstars. Now here is today's starting lineup for Nottingham. Leading off, the center fielder, number 8, Luca Gaglione. Batting second, the catcher, number 13, Alex Alonso. Batting third, the pitcher, number 3, Austin Wright. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 15, Nick Gaglione. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 1, Ethan Miller. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 27, Nolan Farr. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 18, Joey Septak. Batting for the right fielder, number 2, Brennan Babkowski. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 4, Luke Formica. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 21, Braden Elnagar. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem?
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, President of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our students.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a fourth-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square. Hi, I'm Merrill. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning
Back here from the Galaxy, the sophomore Austin Wright getting loose on the mound for Nottingham. And let's take a look at the lineup that he will face today on Steinert's opening day here in 2026. Leading it off will be the center fielder, Dom DeFrancis, followed by shortstop Tommy Ditta and designated hitter Matt Morris. The catcher, Caden Hurley, bats cleanup, followed by third baseman Anthony Proslohimo and right fielder Nick Lepore. The bottom three, the first baseman Marco Giambrone, second baseman Stephen Wright, and the left fielder John Copera. Fish will get into it a little bit later on once that eighth hitter comes to bat, but it will be cousin on cousin. Austin Wright taking on Stephen Wright a little later on.
Yes, indeed, and I'm embarrassed to, well, not the first time I'm embarrassed, but I'm embarrassed to admit I did not realize Nottingham opened its season on Wednesday, as you told me off the air, dropped a 7-6 game to Petty, so why don't you tell us a little about what happened in that game, buddy?
Well, Nottingham, they actually fell behind 5-0, came back to tie it at 6. Unfortunately for them, gave up the go-ahead in what would be the winning run in the top of the 6th. The North Stars did collect 9 hits, so a good look for their offense on their opening day.
Yep, that is a good look.
Speaking of good looks for an offense, Dom DeFrancis, he will dig in to lead off the season for Steinert, a member of the All-CVC second team last year. And the first pitch on the day is fouled back.
And a sign of good sportsmanship right before the first pitch. Brian Giolella, coaching third, went over and shook hands with Nottingham third baseman Nick Gaglione. The two of them shook hands and wished each other good luck. That's always nice to see.
0-1 on the way from Wright is bounced foul at the plate. Dom DeFrancis last year led the team in average runs scored and singles, hit .373 across 59 at-bats. 20 of his 22 hits, Fish, were singles, just 2 extra base hits.
Well, he's a leadoff guy. They just want him to get on.
And that one's just off the plate outside. The count goes to 1-2.
Tell you what, if you can get the ball into left field, left center field today, you might be in good shape. There's a really stiff wind blowing out that way.
And right on cue, it's lined to straightaway center field. And there to put it away is Luca Gaglione for the first out.
Got to get a little higher, let it get up in that jet stream.
Yeah, DeFrancis, he put a charge into it, but unfortunately for him, Gaglione didn't really have to move out there.
Nope.
Austin Wright, last season as a freshman, a 3.66 ERA in 28 2/3 innings. For a freshman, a guy who really controlled the free passes, gave up just 9 walks and struck out 35 as Tommy Ditta, the shortstop, digs in and takes low.
Yeah, he had a lot of poise for a freshman last year. He really did. On the mound, at the plate.
It really broke onto the scene as one of Nottingham's star players. You mentioned in the pregame they graduated Brandon Regas, Aiden Littman, a couple of all-CVC team selections, and now counting on Austin Wright to be one of their main focal points this season.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie Icano was saying during our coaches' corner, he needs guys to find their way into stepping up and being those leaders, take over for Regas and Littman, and he's got a lot of young guys. It's it's kind of like a blank canvas, and you're just waiting for somebody to sort of start painting the strokes there as the leaders.
Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Tommy Ditta. And he shoots it foul. Look out over there in that Steinert dugout.
Nice to see you sporting your Phillies jacket today, my friend.
I'm sporting the Phillies jacket and about 3 others underneath it.
Yeah, we all are. We all look about 500 pounds more with all the stuff we're wearing today.
2-2 to Ditto, way outside.
Were you at opening day?
I was, and it was about 50 degrees warmer than it is today.
I'll take that. We were outside then. At least we're inside today. Sort of. Both windows are open, so the PA announcer's melodic voice of Vince Capone could be heard over the airwaves today. Go ahead.
That was an excellent at-bat from Tommy Ditta. Sorry to interrupt you, Fish. He battles back from 0-2 to draw the walk.
Yep. Very scrappy, good at-bat.
And now here comes Matt Morris.
You not only get a good result from the at-bat, you let your teammates get a better look at what he's throwing.
Did it back in easily at first. Fish, this is a Steinert team last season that was built around their pitching staff. They allowed just 3.4 runs per game, which was second lowest in the CVC Colonial, only to Lawrence. Third lowest in the CVC overall. The first one from right is over for a called strike.
Well, yeah, and that was supposed to be their strength this year. I mean, it still will be probably, but you lose two pitchers, one with an ERA under 2 and one with an ERA just over 2.
Runner was
Delayed steal.
going, yeah, and nobody on the Nottingham infield realized it, and by the time Ethan Miller, the shortstop, got to the bag, it was too late, and that's a stolen base for Tommy Ditta. That's something he did a lot last year, 8 to lead the team.
That was good heads up by Ditta. He noticed nobody was really paying attention, and yeah, by the time he was almost to the bag is when they reacted.
And now Alex Alonso is going to go out and talk with his sophomore right-hander just for a bit.
Ditta having a chat with Giolella.
Yeah, Steinert last season built around their pitching staff. This year with some of the injuries, it's the offense that's going to have to take on a much larger role for them. And this guy right in the middle of it, Matt Morris, is a guy they're counting on. He gets tied up inside, and that's the first strikeout of the day for Austin Wright.
Here's the thing with Steinert, though. They lost 2 pitchers to injury, but they still have 2 really good pitchers.
Now batting the catcher,
And
24.
Ryan Giolella, he has high hopes for Aiden Peach and Braden Schaefer. They're both freshmen, and they're the first freshmen to be put on this varsity roster since C.J. Pataro about 8 or 9 years ago. So you got to be pretty good to break onto this varsity roster.
Well, it's a ball and no strikes now to the catcher, Caden Hurley, who last season hit .339, and after a slow start, he really started to break out towards the end of April. As he bounces this one foul, the plate count goes even at 1-1. Hurley last year, he actually started hitting in 5 of his first 7, but then got mired in an 0 for 10 streak. And I mentioned there, the end of April, beginning of May is when he really started to see results. He got scorching hot, went 11 for 14 at one point, about midway through last season, and he comes up empty right there, and the count goes to 1-2.
Austin Wright seems to really be bearing down now once you got that runner in scoring position. Blowing on his hand. We're going to see a heck of a lot of that today.
Looking to strand the runner out at second, and he does. A called strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts to finish off the frame for Austin Wright. Steinert gets a runner on base via the walk, but no hits, no runs scored, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Steinert nothing, Nottingham coming up. And I'll let you know that celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They've got it all in new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you could read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Now open in Hamilton is DiLorenzo's The Berg at 147 Sloan Avenue. Tyler DiLorenzo, third-generation pie maker, brings back his iconic Trenton tomato pies here in Hamilton. Try their tomato pies, including their mustard pie or clam pie, fresh salads like their famous antipasta salad, along with homemade soups and sandwiches, and more. You can find them located at 147 Sloan Avenue, open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 9, Saturdays noon to 9, Sundays 4 to 9, closed on Mondays. And today's game is brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Spring is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To help protect yourself and your property, remember to lock your vehicles, keep doors locked at home, and close and lock your windows and sliding doors when you go to bed or leave the house. You can learn more at www.mercercountyprosecutor.com. Solid first inning of work on the mound for Austin Wright, and now his counterpart, Frank Mazzella. The southpaw will go to work for Steiner, and let's take a look at the lineup that he will face Leading it off for Nottingham will be the center fielder Luca Gaglione, followed by catcher Alex Alonso and the pitcher Austin Wright. The third baseman Nick Gaglione bats fourth, followed by shortstop Ethan Miller and first baseman Nolan Farr. The bottom three, the designated hitter Joey Septak, left fielder Luke Formica, and second baseman Braden Elnager. Fish, this is a lineup that's filled with a lot of youth, but also some experience. A lot of these guys got varsity playing time last year.
Yeah, and you can't discount that. You know, there's nothing like seeing varsity pitching for a year and understanding how things work and how much more competitive it all is, and you know, everything like that. That means a lot. You got to have a little talent to go along with it, but let's see how it goes this year. What happened to Billy Redner? He was running around here like a maniac before, and now he's disappeared.
Yeah, he dropped off chocolate rugula and then bolted out of here because he couldn't take the cold.
Oh, is that what he said?
He said he wasn't hanging around. It was too cold for him, and he was going to leave it to us much tougher folk.
Oh, coward. He said he was going to get on the air and everything. Well, he did leave the chocolate rugula. Did you guys get any of these?
Yeah, we thank Bill Renner for dropping us off some breakfast here on, I guess now a Saturday afternoon, as the first pitch from Mazzella is hit right back where it came from. Sliding stop made it short by Ditta, and he gets it over to first in time.
Whoa, I mean, the stop was really good, but the way he got up to make the throw, he was half sitting down on his butt, and he got the really good, strong throw off. Great job by Tommy Ditta.
Yeah, he knocked it down, kept it around in his area, and then was able to zip that throw across. And on a cold day like today, Tommy Ditta starts it out with a hot play in the field.
Oh, yeah, that's gold.
That brings up the catcher now, Alex Alonso, and he takes outside ball one. Alonso, he had a good day on Wednesday in Nottingham's opener, collected 2 hits, went 2 for 4 against Petty. This is a guy, Alonso, who had just 1 multi-hit game all season last year. And that one just misses off the outer edge, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Alonso last season hit just .222, drove in 11, scored 8 runs for Nottingham. And he drives this one towards left. Capera going back, it's over his head, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Danny Alonso keeps his hot start to the season going. He's got himself a 1-out double.
Yeah, and he got it up kind of, he hit it hard. I mean, that might have gone over his head either way, but I got to think that the wind gave it a little assist there, but he tanked that ball. That's what you want to do today. Get it up and get it out there in left field.
Yeah, the wind, which is currently whipping out from right to left. And it looked like Copera Fish out there in left field. He kind of hesitated. He started in on it. I don't know if it would have mattered, but it didn't get over his head by much. And now here comes the pitcher, Austin Wright, looking to help his own cause after exploding onto the scene as a freshman last year. Started the year going 3 for 4 against Petty. As Mazzella keeps the runner close out there at second base. Austin Wright 3 for 4, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Not a bad sophomore debut for him. First pitch he sees is sent in the air out to center. DeFrancis ranging back, still going, and that's going to drop. It just got caught up in that jet stream.
Yep. Here
comes the runner around third. Alonso will score without a throw. 2 pitches, 2 doubles, and it's 1-0 Nottingham.
Yep, and that definitely got help from the wind. He got it up high, and it looked like just kind of like a fly ball at the start, and it just kept carrying. And Nottingham picking right up where they left off on Wednesday.
And now here comes Nick Gaglione. Nick Gaglione, one of a couple of guys on Nottingham last season who recorded more RBIs than hits. 8 runs batted in, just 7 hits for Gaglione, so he was getting those hits when it mattered most.
Yeah, that's what you call making it count.
The first pitch he sees is taken for a strike. Well, Frank Mazzella, who's now already given up a run, that's something he didn't do a whole lot last year, just 18 innings of work, but a 1.17 ERA, allowed just 3 earned runs in those 18 innings. Walks were a bit of an issue for him. He walked 8, did strike out 11. So a guy who pitches to contact, and so far that contact has been of the hard variety here in this bottom of the first.
Yeah, we may see a bit of a slugfest today. This is like Wrigley Field when the wind's blowing out.
1-1 pitch, and that nearly drilled Gaglione, and he was able to Texas two-step out of the way.
Is that what that was?
That's what I'm going to dub it.
Well, you certainly do commandeer the broadcast booth, don't you? Dubbing things.
That's what I do. 2-1 from Mazzella is grounded off the glove of the diving third baseman and down the left field line. Wright's around third. He'll score easily, and it's 3 straight doubles for Nottingham. They take a 2-0 lead.
And I think he might have hung one there. That ball looked like it just stopped and hung there just in time for him to lash out at it. And boy, Nottingham is coming out smoking
Now
here.
batting the shortstop, number 1, Ethan Miller.
That's the new third baseman, Anthony Proslakimo, out there for Steinert. And that would have been a tough play, but it skipped off his glove and into foul territory. And at that point, it was just cruise control for Wright around the bases.
Hey, he made a good effort, diving effort.
And that'll be the shortstop, Ethan Miller, who's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, in that situation, the best you can do is knock the ball down and don't let the run score. Hope you keep the runner at second base.
That one shot over towards the Nottingham dugout, so it's a ball and a strike. Ethan Miller, despite a .255 average last year, one of the more consistent hitters on this Nottingham team, had 5 multi-RBI games as well, 14 hits, 15 RBIs. He's one of the other guys who collected more runs batted in than hits. The 1-1. And he reaches out and pokes it foul.
Tell you what, a lot of hardy fans out here today watching, braving the cold. Good turnout.
And they deserve some extra credit, especially for sitting down that right field line, which is where the wind is coming from.
Yeah. Well, at least it's sunny. I mean, the sun makes it a little bit better. The wind makes it a little tougher, but, you know, it could be worse.
1-2 pitch, fly ball center field. DeFrancis, he's got a beat on this one, and he puts it away. Gaglione will draw the throw, but hold up there at second. And now there's 2 down for the first baseman, Nolan Farr.
Now batting the first baseman, number 27, Nolan Farr.
The outfielders for both squads have been busy so far. Nolan Farr, last season, he finished very cold. He went just 1 for his last 11. Spin and throw back to second, and Gaglione's in there with the dive. Nolan Farr, last year, he hit .213, 10 for 47. 3 doubles out of those 10 hits.
Tell you what, even though they got 2 runs, Nottingham would love to get this last runner in scoring position in. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored today, so you want to get as much as you can, as quick as you can. Just kind of keep it up.
I'll tell you what, Fish, the game plan that Charlie Iacono is dished out to his hitters today, it's got to be to attack early. These guys are very aggressive here in the first. And there's another fly ball out towards the alley, ranging over the left fielder, John Copera, and he makes the grab to end the inning and limit the damage. But a pair of runs cross on 3 consecutive doubles from Alex Alonso, Austin Wright, and Nick Gaglione. We'll go to the second, 2-0, Nottingham in front.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, Call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Chris's Auto Body hopes you're enjoying today's game. Chris's Auto Body is 20 short minutes from Hamilton Township in Fairless Hills. They're family owned and operated by Hamiltonians and have been in business over 60 years. They handle all auto body repairs and work with all insurance companies. You can find them at their 3 locations, Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills, also in Lambertville and in New Hope. We go to the top of the second here from the Galaxy, the home team, Nottingham on top 2-0, and it'll be 5, 6, and 7 in Brian Gialella's Steinert order.
Anthony
Pratissimo, Nick Lepore, and Marco Giambrone against Austin Wright, who picked up a pair of strikeouts in that first inning.
We see Billy Redner did not leave. He's back. But he was standing down below where he was in the sun and no wind, so he found a nice place to settle.
Count no balls and 1 strike to Pratissimo.
Right. Brian Gialella, by the way, nothing was made of it because nobody knew about it. He won his 500th game last year, which is really phenomenal. 500 wins.
He kind of did it quietly at the end of last season when Steinert was in their playoff push.
Yeah, and nobody knew. And I found out later, and you know, you kind of wish you knew about it, but we know about it now, so congratulations to the chef. 500 wins, my.
500 wins now in his 24th season. There's always a Gialella somewhere around Steinert.
Yeah.
As that one bounces to the plate and the count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pratissimo.
His 23rd with his alma mater here and 1 with Notre Dame. I think he might have been the last coach before Joe Droulis at Notre Dame. I'm not 100% sure, but.
That one's knocked down out on the bump by Wright. And he'll underhand flip it on to first. And there's 1 down here in the second. Well, Fish, I'll defer and I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, well,
you're the Mercer County Hall of Famer in this booth, after all.
Well, Joe's been around for a long, long time, so I can't think anybody.
Number 5, Nick
By the way, that was a nice job by Wright. Pratissimo hit that ball well. Wright did a good job of knocking it down, then just staying with it.
Nick Lepore, first pitch he sees today is skied out towards the center of the diamond. And there to put it away, backpedaling, was Ethan Miller, who didn't look all too comfortable going out to get that one, but it's all about results.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to fight a lot of balls in the air. You're going to fight today. There's no 2 ways about it.
Now batting the first baseman, number 6, Marco Giambrone.
Quickly now, 2 are down in the second, and now it'll be Marco Giambrone. And Fish, you mentioned he was one of the guys that Steinert was hoping to have out on the mound a whole lot this season, but Tommy John surgery kind of put that to bed, and now he's got a chance to help out the team at the plate.
Yeah, that's one good thing. He doesn't miss his whole senior year just because he can't pitch. He can at least contribute in some way.
Steinert looking to get on the board as they try to win here at Nottingham for the first time since 2019. They took down the Northstars at home last season on the first day of May by a final score of 4-1, but these 2 teams haven't matched up here a whole lot over the years, and that's why it's now been almost 7 years to the day since Steinert last got a win here inside the Galaxy. Two-1 from Wright is fouled away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Steinert, a team that last season much better inside the friendly confines, about 5 minutes down the road from here as opposed to on the road. 10-5 home record last season, just 4-8. Although one of those 4 wins did come in the Central Jersey Group 3 first round, picking up an upset over Colts Neck. And Austin Wright starting to find his rhythm. A 1-2-3 top of the second for Wright. He's already got 3 strikeouts. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Nottingham on top 2-0 and looking for more. And I'll let you know that there's over 1,400 tear-free cars ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. They've got Konas, Palisades, Tucsons, Santa Fe's, and Elantras, all priced for immediate sale. Nobody has the selection or special pricing that they have over there at Hyundai of Trenton. The Hamilton Township Division of Health offers a variety of free services to keep you and your community healthy. It's important for everybody to stay up to date on recommended vaccines. Whether you or a loved one needs an annual flu shot, COVID-19 vaccine, or pneumonia shot, Hamilton's Division of Health is ready to help. You can learn more by visiting hamiltonnj.com/health. Stay healthy, Hamilton. And 2026 is officially here, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half-season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packs, are on sale now for the 2026 season.
I got to tell you, Austin Wright's been a good job of not giving up much contact and, either strikeouts or that the first ball was hit pretty good. The line drive to center. After that, he's done a good job of, weak contact so far. And let's see if Mazzella can sort of figure some things out after a tough first inning.
Leading off for Nottingham, the designated hitter, number 18, Joey Septak.
Yeah, it'll be the bottom of this Nottingham order due up. Joey Septak, Luke Formica, and Braden Elnager. And a first pitch slow slider catches the outside corner, and it's no balls and a strike. The count on the designated hitter Septak. 0-1 is inside, and it's 1-1.
Over at Lawrence, Cardinals leading Robbinsville 1-0 in a game between two teams that should be pretty good this year in the CVC.
Yeah, what a battle that is on opening day. As this one's looped into right field, and that'll drop for a base hit. Already the fourth given up by Mazzella, and Septak is aboard.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nottingham's got its hitting shoes on today, that's for sure.
Number 4, Luke Formica.
Here's the 8-hole hitter, Luke Formica. Formica last season, it was a struggle at the plate, just 2 for 32. Which was kind of surprising, going 2 for 32, getting more consistent playing time. Over his first 2 seasons, he was 4 for 15. A guy who was used mostly as a pinch runner. He scored 13 runs in that span. Now a chance again to see some more consistent playing time up at the dish. Oh, they got him in between steps, but the ball is dropped over there at first by G.M. Brown. Septak's going to hustle into second, and he got away with it because he would have been a dead duck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had him. And then not sure if that was an errant throw or first baseman just couldn't come up with it.
The unofficial scorer, a.k.a. me, is going to give it an error on the first baseman.
All righty. You certainly are bossy today. You really bulked up over the last couple of years. Last couple of weeks, I mean.
It's the cold that brings it out, Fish.
Oh, okay. I got it.
The first 70-degree day, I'm going to be a peach.
Ah, okay. Jordan the Peach.
That's right.
Oh.
Right square in the back. It catches Luke Formica, and the struggles continue for Mazzella out there on the mound.
Yeah, I think he's starting to fight himself now a little bit.
Now batting second baseman, number 21, Braden Elnagar.
And that'll be Braden Elnagar, the second baseman, already with 2 aboard here in the inning. So 5 of the first 8 batters that Mazzella has faced have reached base.
I'd like to see a bunt here if I'm a Nottingham fan. Giolella coming out to have a chat with Mazzella.
Yeah, that was very late on the part of Brian Giolella.
Yeah.
I don't think the Nottingham dugout liked that very much. But Braden Elnagar, one of the young guys on this team, one of the freshmen getting a start today, and he recorded his first high school hit in his high school debut on Wednesday against the Petty School. And Fish, this was a Nottingham team that their offense last season, it was respectable considering they finished under 500. They scored 4.7 runs per game, but so far through the first game and now inning plus, their offense, it looks like they could be a force.
Yeah, well, you don't want to overreact too much to first couple games, but Yeah, I mean, you got to like what you've seen from them so far, that's for sure. And Brian Giolel, I don't know if he's going out to talk to Mazzella or just to talk to his entire infield, what they're going to do if they lay down the bunt, what they're going to try and do. And let's see what the corner guys are doing.
Corners pinch in.
Yeah,
Elnagar, he was showing bunt there before Mazzella turned and faked the throw. So for Elnagar now, the goal is to get this down the third base line and
get it down.
Make Proslacimo pinch in. Squares and takes outside, and the wheel play was on. Phillies fans close their eyes.
Yeah, Ditto was behind the runner, and then he took off for third base. The wheels are turning here, buddy.
Count now, a ball and no strikes on the freshman Elnagar.
Oh, looked like did not show bunt there. Well, Mazzella's right now. Mazzella's just got to throw a strike.
Yeah, especially for a pitcher who throws to contact. Oh, man, they get him in between steps again, and just back in time is Septak. You might have to start leaning the other way.
Septak's a big guy. I mean, he doesn't look like he's going to be a fast runner, you know. And it's
2-0. That's a strike. They throw behind the runner at second. And again, Septak is back in there, although he's going to have some laundry to do tonight.
Yeah, Septak's like, why are they picking on me all day here? Trying to pick me off at first, trying to pick me off at second.
Now no surprises as to what Elnagar's plan is.
Unless he pulls back.
He takes outside, and it's 3 balls and a strike, and the freshman's got to be like, at this point, if you want to put me on, we'll take it. This is a big pitch coming up here for Mazzella.
And I'll tell you what, 3-1 is a great hitter's pitch, too. I mean, I don't know if Charlie Icano would pull the bunt off and let him get a shot. I don't know. Young guys sometimes get too excited for something like that. So, no, he's keeping the bunt on. But, I mean, Mazzella's got to throw a strike. The last thing you want to do is walk the 9th batter, load the bases, and get your lineup turning over with nobody out.
Yeah, at the top of the lineup that the first 4 batters are already 3 for 4 with 3 doubles and 2 RBIs.
Yeah.
3-1 on the outside corner.
Yeah, I don't think Elangani liked that one.
Count goes full, 3-2. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the second.
Well, the bunt's got to be off now. Nottingham or Steinert would love to roll 2 here if he can get a ground ball.
Corners are back. Third baseman even with the bag. 3-2 from Mazzella. Poke the other way. Ditta's got it. He'll go the short way to third, and they'll get the lead runner. So mark that one down, 6-5 on the fielder's choice.
Well, all things considered, it could have been worse for Steinert in that situation. He went down 3-1 on the count. So at least they didn't get the double play, but they got the lead runner.
Now batting the center fielder, number 8, Luca Gaglione.
And yeah, an excellent job by Mazzella. Comes back from behind 3-1, and still, of course, not out of the woods. 2 on, 1 out, and it's Luca Gaglione who hit one hard back up the middle and got robbed by Tommy Ditta last inning. Left on left, the pitch. Popped up, foul territory. Mazzella, the pitcher, he wants it, but he's not going to have a chance at it.
That ball had some serious break on it.
Yeah, that's the thing with Mazzella. His pitches have been moving a lot, especially that slider, sweeper, curveball, whatever you want to call it. But He's been leaving a lot of that out over the plate.
Well, that was headed right at Gaglione, and not only did he hang in there, he took a cut at it. I guess you could see it was going to break.
The wind whipping here in Hamilton.
Yeah, it is.
And the 0-1 is taken outside. Luca Gaglione finished the year red hot last season, hitting .414 over his final 10 games. He's a guy who's a very patient hitter with a walk rate up over 21% last season.
Ooh, we got him. Oh,
they throw it away again. That one goes out of play. And so Formica and Elnagar will only be able to advance one base.
Wow,
Yeah, these Nottingham base runners are leaning, but they're getting away with it.
Yeah, big time. I mean, they had him dead to rights, and that throw wasn't even near first baseman. So, yeah, Nottingham, now Steinert's got to bring the infield in with one out.
That's the second error of the inning on a pickoff attempt.
Yeah.
1-1, Gaglione is able to fight it off.
Gaglione wants so bad now to get it. You got those infielders right coming up in your chest. You just love to put one by him.
And on the flip side, Mazzella, if he's able to get him to swing through one of these and pick up a strikeout, it would be his first of the day, and it would come at a much-needed time.
Yeah, I mean, this is an early key moment in this game.
A second inning swing point here in the Battle of Hamilton, and it's chopped towards first, and the runners will have to hold as Giambrone takes it to the bag, and a big second out put up there on the board by Mazzella.
Real big. Great job by Mazzella there. Soft contact.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Alex Alonso.
All Giambrone had to do was catch it, step on the bag. Nobody was going anywhere. And now he's got to deal with the guys that clipped him for 3 straight doubles. Steiner can drop the infield back, which is always a bit of a bonus after you had it in.
Alonso pops it up, back of first. Giambrone stumbling and makes the grab as he falls to his backside. Mazzella into trouble and then out of it. It remains a 2-0 game. We go to the top of the third here on WBCB.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square. Hi, I'm Errol Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care,
we go to the top of the third, and Stephen Wright shoots this one back up the middle, and that's the first hit of the day for Steinert, and he gets the better of his cousin out there on the mound.
Yeah. Yep. Well, look, Frank Mazzell did a great job of getting out of that jam, and that can always lift a team, and then you come up and your leadoff guy on the first pitch gets a hit. So all of a sudden you got a little momentum started by your pitcher, and now Steinert's hitters will try to maintain it.
It's a 9-hole hitter, John Copera, who saw limited action last season. Hit just 154, 2 hits and 13 at-bats for Copera, the now junior. First pitch to him is a fastball right in there for a called strike. Copera, he was mostly used as a pinch runner last season. A guy who, if he can get on the base paths, he could be dangerous. 0-1, he squares and jabs at it. And I think that might have caught the catcher Alex Alonso in the foot.
Yeah, that's one where you want to pull back on. See, going outside like that. Brian Giolella having a few words with him. I covered a guy named Eddie Capera years ago. I wonder if this is the same. I wonder if this is his son.
Throw back over to first, and Wright is back in there.
Eddie Capera was a Nottingham Little League star.
You'll have to do some investigative journalism on that one, Fish.
Yeah, I guess.
As this one skied back behind home plate and out of play.
I leave that up to you. You're the investigative journalist from this crew.
Well, I hope that foul ball right there, as me and Fish go back and forth as to who's the better journalist. Hope that foul ball didn't hit your car, but if it did, you could head over to Chris's Auto Body, 212 Lincoln Highway, Business Route 1. And this one's bounced on the ground to first, scooped up by Farr, and he'll go the short way. And he was kind of lollygagging over there as Copera was burning down the line.
You don't want to do that.
Lineup flips over, and it's Dom DeFrancis for the second time today. Lined out to the center fielder, Luca Gaglione, to lead off this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, you see teams like Steinert and Hamilton, teams like that, those guys busted on the base paths. There's no taking a play off or anything like that. They like to, put pressure on you on the base paths, and whether that's running hard off a hit ball or trying to steal a base or anything like that.
First pitch to DeFrancis is taken away for ball one. And that's something a team like Steinert has to do, a team that's not really built around scoring a whole ton of runs. And in fact, last season, they didn't score double-digit runs at all in any game. They try to just nickel and dime you and get those guys across the plate. As this one's sent off the end of the bat, on the infield grass, Farr puts it away for the second out.
Farr sort of fighting that one a little bit, too. Good job to stay with it.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2.
So DeFrancis is now 0 for 2, and that brings up Tommy Ditta, who had probably the best at-bat for any Spartan through their first 10 of this ball game, coming back from down 0-2 to draw a walk in the first. Tommy Ditta looking to follow in the footsteps of his brother Joey, who was a star player for 4 years here at Steinert.
Tommy Ditta had a pretty good basketball season, too.
Yeah, the athletic scene, certainly the outlook looks bright for Steinert. Their football team picking up 8 wins last year, going to the playoffs, then the basketball team qualifying for the sectional tournament for the first time in a long time, and now the baseball squad looking to follow suit.
And let's not forget that softball team, who, by the way, going for their 4th straight state title.
Yeah, their outlook has been bright for a long time.
Yeah.
Spin and throw back to second, and ooh, it hits right in the back and he's going to have a word with his cousin after that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thanksgiving dinner, although it's 8 months away, I think Steven's planning the conversation already out there at second base. And Brian Giolella is going to check on his second baseman. It almost looked like it hit him right off the belt.
Might have got him right in that bony part of the back, the whatever you call that area, the lower tailbone or something.
We're dubbing things all over the place.
Yeah,
today,
it's a dub day.
I mean, we got to get it out of the way now. That way we set the precedent for what we're going to call certain things the rest of the season.
Saturdays.
I mean, if you can't break out the Fish-isms and the Jordan-isms in March, then when are you ever going to break them out?
Yes.
As Wright has now fallen behind 3 balls and no strikes on Dida, who is probably thinking to himself, hey, can I get one over the plate?
I wonder if he has a green light with the runner in scoring position.
He does not, and he takes a strike.
Well, he might have. He might just not like that pitch. A little bit on the outside.
3-1. That's up and away, and Dida draws his second walk. So 2 are aboard now for the designated hitter, Matt Morris, who went down swinging back in the first. Mentioned his first at-bat, how this is going to be a guy that Brian Giolella is going to count on to drive in runs. He's got an opportunity right here.
Yeah, after striking out with a runner in scoring position in the first inning, he really wants to make him atone for that.
And he was looking for the express and got the local in the 0-1. That one's in the dirt, gets away from Alonso, and both runners will advance 90 feet. So now 2 in scoring position for Steinert with 2 gone.
This is the first real pressure that Wright has faced. There are 2 outs, so he just needs an out, and now you gotta get that out.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Morris is looking to do some damage up there, and Wright's trying to take advantage now of an aggressive hitter. Looking to throw up another 0. He does! Blew it by him, and he strands the 2 runners out there in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the third here from Nottingham. The Northstars continue to lead it 2-0.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Now open in Hamilton, DiLorenzo's the Berg, 147 Sloan Avenue. 3rd-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo brings back his family's famous Trent tomato pie recipe here in Hamilton at 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton.
We ate over there a couple days ago. Me and Billy Redner and Joe O'Gorman had a nice personal pie. Very good stuff.
Wright pops this one up, the first pitch he sees, and his cousin's going to get a chance to put it away, and he does. And Fish, our player of the game today, is going to get a chance to follow in your, Joe's, and Bill's footsteps as they'll get a $20 gift card to DiLorenzo's the Berg.
Well, that's not exactly our footsteps. We didn't have a gift card. We had Billy. We thank Billy for that.
He's a human gift card.
He is a human gift card. That's it. Good job, Dub. What a job by Austin Wright that last inning. I mean, he's showing a lot of poise today. Even though he pitched the whole year last year, he's still young, and great job of getting out of that.
This is Nick Gaglione now, the cleanup hitter. And the 1-0 is cut on and missed. Gaglione was the third of the 3 doubles in a row back in the first, as he's got himself an RBI in this one.
By the way, Robbinsville has come back to tie in Lawrence, 1-1. They're in the bottom of the third.
Who's on the call for that one? Is it Mike?
I don't know.
Ryan Baxter and Trey Wright, I'm being informed.
Oh, we had a cancellation today. Notre Dame canceled its game with, forgot who it was with. Allentown? Yeah.
We got to get Brianna a headset. She apparently knows. She knows more than we do about what's going on around Mercer County.
She's the point guard.
The 2-2. Line foul will do it again. That's the thing sometime here, Fish, in these baseball press boxes. You could hear all the conversation, and that's why we like football and basketball season better, because when Brianne tells us we're wrong, nobody hears it. But everybody knows it here in the spring. Another 2-2. Called strike 3, right over at the knees.
And she takes such joy in telling us we're wrong.
She does. She smiles and laughs every time.
Yep, points her finger at us.
It's a little maniacal, but we love her.
Says, why do I put up with you? She's maniacal.
That, by the way, was the first strikeout for Mazzella. And now he's got Ethan Miller to deal with, and he puts it on the ground to shortstop. Did a charges, and it goes right underneath his glove.
Now, that was going to be a tough play. I'd probably rule. Well, are you going to rule out a hit, or what are you going to do?
Well, I'm the unofficial scorer. I was going to give it an error, although you're right, it would have been tough.
Yeah.
I'll defer to you for this one, Fish. We'll give him the single.
I'll give him an infield single.
Nolan Farr.
It's early. We're not yet jaded by the rigors of the long season.
I mean, at this point, we should just ask Brianne what she would have given it.
Yeah.
Because she's right all the time, although it might not matter because now they've got him in a rundown. Steinert looking to execute it, and they do. And that winds up being a very quick inning on the mound for Mazzella. We'll head to the fourth, still 2-0. Steinert looking for some offense in their season opener.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, who would like to take this opportunity to wish all of our students the best of luck this school term. We're proud to support you. This message brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association. And since 1899, proud to be a part of your greater Hamilton Township community is Saul Funeral Home. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business that proudly supports our community and has guided families in Mercer County when they need it the most. Find out more by visiting saulfuneralhomes.com. And celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They've got it all new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks and a great variety of EV vehicles.
Well, we talked it over here in the press box between innings, and we have decided that is an error. Majority rules, so we're calling that an error. Aren't you happy, Jordan?
It makes up for me being wrong this whole broadcast, according to Brienne. So Ethan Miller does not get a hit there as Caden Hurley fights it off to center. Gaglione makes the grab.
And I'll tell you what, though, going back to Nottingham's base runners, I mean, Mazzella has had them picked like 3 different times. They finally got it right, making the accurate throw to get them. But and a lot of that comes from being a left-hander too. You have that you have that natural move over to first base, and Nottingham is not picking it up at all, and they finally were victimized by it.
First pitch to Pralacino is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Pralacino grounded out right back to the pitcher back in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Another healthy cut from a Steinert batter.
Yeah, they're not getting gypped.
1-1 is taken upstairs. 2 balls and a strike, the count. Steinert baseball team that, despite hovering around 500 the last couple of years, actually has not finished a season below 500 at all in the NJ.com era, which goes back to 2011.
That streak goes back a lot further than that, I'll tell you that.
They've been 14-13 each of the last 2 years, and the 3-1 is on the inside corner. Austin Wright looking for strikeout number 5, and he'll have to wait a little longer as Pralacino stepped out. And now the full count offering. Punched in the air, shallow
That's
right,
trouble.
and it's dropped. Brennan Babkowski couldn't hang on to it. You wonder if he peeked down at the last minute and saw Nolan Farr in that side view mirror.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, that was right in his glove, and it just popped out.
And I think that one, without a doubt, has to be an error.
Oh, yeah.
5, Nick
Yeah.
Laporte.
Looks like we got a courtesy runner going in there. Number 16, is that?
I think it's number 15. That's Ben Nitty,
Okay.
who was used as a courtesy runner at times last season.
All right. Another one of the Nitty brothers. His older brothers had good careers for Steinert. Is there something you want to see? You keep looking over.
I was looking over at your roster. There is a number 16, Alan Elliott. And we are getting word that it is 16. That is Alan Elliott, not Ben Nitty over there at first base.
Wrong again, Jordan.
Now I've got it coming from both sides.
It's opening day, pal. You're allowed.
I'm going to go back and hide in the corner with Kyle.
Hey, at least you knew that Nottingham played a game.
You know, it's opening day for everybody, Fish.
Yeah. I didn't think the season started till Thursday. I didn't know anybody played on Wednesday.
Yeah, Nottingham, they were getting a jump on things.
Yeah, I'd say.
And this game going a little differently than that one did. They fell behind 5-0, battled back to tie it before Petty scored the winning run in the top of the 6th. Currently nursing this 2-0 lead that they've held since the first 4 batters of the first inning.
Yeah, now Austin Wright trying to pick up his teammate. Babkowski, I'm sure, feels bad about dropping that. You know, could have 2 outs and bases empty. Instead, you got a man on with just 1 out. And now it's time for Austin Wright to pick his man up.
The count's no balls, 1 strike to Nick Laporte, who waves and misses. Throw down to second. Nobody's there.
Nope.
We've seen just about everything you can on the field and in the base paths today. Some good base running, some bad base running, some good base running that shouldn't have been good base running.
Well, he stole that with no problem. He didn't even have to slide.
The 0-2. And that one's below the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Laporte.
And, yeah, it didn't look like either the second baseman or shortstop kind of went over.
Like I just said, Opening day for everyone, except for Nottingham, because this is actually their second game. This one's punched into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. They're going to wave Elliott around. No, they're not.
No.
Man, he had his head down. I wasn't sure if he was going to pick up Brian Giolella in that third base coach's box, but he did just in time, and so they're on the corners now with one away, and here comes Marco Giambrone.
Yeah, and that's smart. With 2 outs, I think maybe Giolella would have waved them, but with 1 out, you know, you can still score on a fly ball, fielder's choice, something like that. So I think I would have held him there too.
Giambrone looking to get Steinert's first runs of the season, and they're just going to let Lepore go down to second as he swings and misses. It's 0-1, but in high school, the first and third play at this level, you're essentially just letting the runner take second every time.
Yep. And Nottingham not playing the infield in. The corners are in, but the middle infielders are still back, so I guess they figure with a 2-0 lead, they'll give up the run rather than give the potential for a bigger inning.
A base hit could tie the game for Giambrone. Right's 1-1 is fly towards center pretty deep. Gaglio going back. It's over his head, and it's out there in no man's land. This will drive them both in. It could be more. Giambrone's on his way to third. They're going to wave him around. The throw to the plate, it's going to die. And it's a 3-run inside the park home run for Marco Giambrone. What a way for Steinert to get on the board this season. They take a 3-2 lead.
And the whole dugout comes flying out to celebrate with Marco Giambrone. And well, I gotta be honest, I can't believe that they were playing him that shallow in center field. Luca Gaglione was that shallow, especially with the way this wind is blowing. And Giambrone, first pitch, right? Did he take a pitch, or was that?
It was a ball and a strike.
Oh.
But how about that? Steinert, who didn't have a home run as a team all year last season, they get one here in the 4th inning of opening day, and it's an inside the Parker.
I mean, you knew that was over his head the second he hit it, and yeah, it just kept rolling and rolling by the time they tracked it down, and Brian Giolella was not going to be conservative with the runner on 3rd and 1 out at that point.
And now Austin Wright's got to find a way to settle down. He gets a visit from his pitching coach. But Nottingham find themselves behind now for the first time in this game. Still one down here in the top of the 4th. The batter is Stephen Wright. And he squares, and he drops it down right in front of the plate. Alonso off with the mask. Zips it to first in time. Little surprise there, Fish, that he bunted and essentially, I mean, he ends up giving himself up. He was obviously bunting to try to reach base. But
yeah, I mean, if that's what he wanted to do to try to get on base, then I guess I'm not surprised. But
still, it gives basically a free out to Wright, who they kind of had on the ropes.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe he thought they had him on the ropes. Maybe he figured they might be a little jangled, and the nerves might be a little jangled, and they might not handle the bunt. I don't know.
Copera bounces this one wide of his manager, Brian Giolella, in that 3rd base box.
Well, regardless of who you're rooting for, you got to feel good for Marco Giambrone because he wanted to pitch this year. Now he's unable to, and so he wants to at least contribute with his bat, and he's done just that.
The count here, a ball and a strike on John Copera, who grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. And he pops this one up into the blue sky. Elnagar going back, he gets called off, and Babkowski makes up for the error and puts it away to end the inning. A productive inning, though, for Steinert. They get their first 3 runs of the year, courtesy of a 3-run inside the park home run by Marco Giambrone. They got a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th here on WBCB.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Chris's Auto Body hopes you're enjoying today's game. Chris's Auto Body is 20 short minutes from Hamilton Township in Fairless Hills. They're family owned and operated by Hamiltonians and have been in business over 60 years. Again, 20 short minutes away from Hamilton Township, Fairless Hills, Business Route 1. You can also find locations in Lambertville and in New Hope. And today's game, or don't forget, if you miss any of today's game, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at trentonian.com. Nolan Farr set to lead it off for Nottingham in the bottom of the fourth. They trail for the first time after Marco Giambrone's 3-run inside the park home run in the top half of this inning gave Steinert their first lead of the season.
Yeah, and Nottingham, the Northstars, all came out of the dugout and huddled up, try to fire each other up and say, all right, we're down, let's get back off the mat and see what we can do. But as you mentioned off the air, Mazzella, he did a great job of getting out of a tight situation in the second, and then he had his best inning in the third. So that getting out of that jam might have gotten him a little more confidence. Maybe he's just getting into a rhythm. We'll see now if he can keep up his stellar pitching.
He's working up in the zone right there to Farr, who swings underneath of it. So it's a ball and 2 strikes the count on the Nottingham first baseman. 0 for 1 today with a flyout, and Mazzella steps off. Back on the bump, he's ready with a 1-2. Way outside. Perhaps a show-me pitch. You think he comes down and in?
Yeah. We shall see.
Let's get that answer. 2-2 from Mazzella. He goes down and away, and Farr was able to fight it off.
That ball had really good movement on it.
Nolan Farr, who pitched pretty well out of the bullpen on Wednesday, which was a good sign to see for Nottingham because he really struggled on the mound last season, a 7.95 ERA. Went 4 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs, and struck out 4 against Petty, as that one's lined foul into the seats. Into the seats on a couple of hops. Farr and Mazzella locked in a battle to begin the bottom of the fourth, and the 2-2 is again sprayed foul. I hope that foul ball doesn't hit a car, but guess what? If it did, and if it's your car, you could take it to Chris's Auto Body with 3 convenient locations, including 212 Lincoln Highway Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills.
Is that the cue for that read anytime a foul ball goes out that way?
Well, 3 times at least, as that one just drops in the middle of nowhere,
okay.
And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just trying to learn the setup here.
I guess technically it would matter if there was a foul ball to the parking lot, which if there was a foul ball to the parking lot here, it'd be a shot back behind us.
Yeah.
2-2. Way outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it's a good at-bat by Nolan Farr. He's making him work.
Yeah, and you know Mazzella, after throwing single-digit pitches last inning, he wanted to work another quick frame here, and Farr's having none of that. 3-2 is bounced right back to Mazzella. Off the mound, spins and fires. And Frank Mazzella wins the battle, and there's one away.
Oh, foul ball.
I guess they say it hit off of his toe.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
And now Brian Giolella, he's unhappy, and he wants an explanation.
Yeah, the chef is not happy with this.
I think on a day like today, Fish, if you foul one off your toe, you're going to feel it, and you would have had maybe a bigger
Pronounced reaction, yeah.
than Nolan Farr had.
Yeah. Yeah, the old shoe polish play. Mets used that in the '69 World Series. Yep.
There's no reviews here.
Umpires win the war, win the battle.
As they do, I would say 99% of the time, at least at the high school level. And so another 3-2, fouled away.
What a battle. What a battle this is. And now Mazzella's going to have to regroup. How many pitches is that?
11 already.
11 pitch at bat. Statistician Vince Capone.
Here comes pitch number 12, and it's inside ball 4.
Well, that's the kind of at bat that can fire a team up.
And so perhaps the phantom foul ball, it comes back to help Nottingham.
Yeah, Mazzella, I mean, he had
Joey Septak.
had to have a little mini regroup there. He thought he had the guy out, and then all of a sudden he's still locked in a full count battle.
And now Charlie Iacono's having a word with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, well, not sure what that's all about.
It is still Joey Septak. Okay, they're going to bring in a courtesy runner.
Okay.
Is Nottingham.
Now pinch running number 11, Gabe Bittner.
And it's Gabe Bittner, another one of the two sport athletes on the squad playing basketball and baseball.
Yep.
So Septak digs in, already 1 for 1 with a single in this one. They throw over, and Bittner's back with a head-first dive. Again, another throw over.
Yeah, and you could see how quick he gets that ball over there. As a lefty, he's already facing where he wants to throw, so.
Squaring around to Septak, and he jabs and misses. The Nottingham team looking to take advantage of a favorable schedule to begin the year. They have 5 of their first 6 games at home this season, but then don't have back-to-back home games scheduled the rest of the way. Of course, that could change as games get added. But Nottingham looking to take advantage of playing here inside the Galaxy in March and April. On an 0-1, Septak squares, jabs, and bunts it foul.
Joey Septak, the younger brother of Mikey Septak, who played here a couple of years ago.
I feel like you see that a lot, especially here in Hamilton with the 3 schools, Hamilton West, Nottingham, and Steinert. There's always a brother combination.
Yep. I don't know if I ever saw it more, though, at a school than down in Florence. Florence, they churned out brother combos like you could not believe. 3, 4 brothers at a time.
The younger Septak takes outside, and it's 1-2. You, of course, have it with Steinert as well. Joey Ditta graduating last year. Tommy Ditta, their starting shortstop this season.
Yep.
1-2. Bender outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Steinert, you see a lot of fathers and sons. Guys on Steinert whose dads used to play at Steinert.
Couple of lengthy at-bats to begin the bottom of the 4th for Nottingham. And Septak fights it off towards right. Nick Lepore into the alley to make the grab.
Septak got Pretty good contact there, but Lepore just stayed
Now
right with
batting
it.
the left fielder, number 4, Luke Formica.
And that was almost a carbon copy of his first hit back in the second inning, although Lepore had him shaded a little over towards right center field that time.
Yeah. I'd be shaded over with that. That's the way the wind's blowing.
Another throw over. There's no disengagement rules here in high school.
Nope.
Luke Formica, the 8-hole hitter, was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. And he takes upstairs 1-0. And really, Fish, ever since that hit batter, Mazzella's settled in. I mean, 5 of the first 8 reached base against him, and since then only 2 have been aboard, and one of those was Ethan Miller, which was via an error last inning.
Yeah, well, one was an error and one was a hit pitch, in which, you know, we thought he might have had an out, but it was ruled hit off a toe. So, yeah, he seems to be settled in pretty good.
Pitching with a lead has to be a little more comfortable right now, too. 2-0 from Mazzella is taken at the letters.
Okay, we need to limit this pickoff rule to MLB three times.
Yeah, there would have been a handful of balks already if that was the case. 2-1, Formica, wave and a miss.
This game is this has been a battle all the way through.
Formica looking to find his way aboard, because if he can get on base, he can be dangerous with that speed, but he won't do it right there, as he's the second strikeout victim of the day for Frank Mazzella.
Now batting the second baseman, number 21, Braden Elnagar.
So now Braden Elnagar digs in, reached on a fielder's choice. On a 6-5 fielder's choice, just how Steinert drew it up back in the second inning. And this one's lined, and
right at my nose.
And you didn't even flinch.
No.
You look like Kobe Bryant.
No flinching. No flinching in the press box.
Especially in this one where you have the netting and then the glass window.
Yeah. And then you, of course.
And then, of course, me. Yeah, if a ball gets us in here, then it deserved it.
That doesn't make me feel any better if it hits me.
0-1 will have to wait. And Bittner was maybe a step off of first that time. I mean, he just plopped right down onto the bag. Like my cat in the sun. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Yeah, nothing more comfortable looking than when a cat plops in the sun.
Count even, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's starting to work that fastball up above the belt, and that time above the letters, and he's getting these Nottingham hitters to swing underneath it.
Yeah, I really think when he got out of that second and third situation, he's just been a different pitcher.
1-2. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Elnagar.
Now, that being said, he does have Rick Freeman in the dugout, who knows how to make adjustments with the best of probably anybody in the state.
Elnagar looking to get aboard and send it back to the top of the order. Lines it towards shallow center, coming on to Francis. It drops in front of him. Plays it on a hop. Bittner stumbling his way into third, and he gets there. Another good at bat by the bottom of this Nottingham order. And they're on the corners now for the leadoff man, Luca Gaglione.
Now batting the center field.
Yeah, Elginar just kind of went with the pitch there, and he might have been able to go to second if he'd have made the turn and watched when that ball got away. But that was pretty aggressive base running by Bittner. Because I think I don't know, good throw could have probably got him.
Yeah, it was juggled for a moment in center field, and you're right. If Prosolacino was able to hang on to it at third base, Steinert probably would have been out of the inning, but...
Yeah, but when Bittner saw that bobble, that's when he took off. And, you know, even though there's 2 outs, there's a lot of ways to score from third base with 2 outs that you wouldn't be able to score from second base with 2 outs. So, good aggressive base running there.
The count, no balls and 1 strike to Luca Gaglione, who's 0 for 2 today. As he looks to bring his team back even after they gave up the lead in the top half of this inning. On an 0-1, that will have to wait as Alnagar not so graciously plops back into first.
Didn't know there were different ways of plopping back into first.
There are infinite ways of plopping, Fish.
The Jordan Hurst definition of plop.
0-1. Ripped back up the middle, a base hit, and Nottingham is pulled back even. Luca Gaglione hits it right back where it came from, and we're locked at 3.
That was just perfect hitting. Right back up the middle. Went right with the pitch, right up the middle, and
now batting the catcher.
2-out lightning here by Nottingham.
Yeah, great job by the Northstars not to get discouraged after falling behind, and
right.
They scored the 2 runs on the 3 doubles in the first inning. But I think this inning, Fish, has probably got to be the one that Charlie Iacono is most proud of, because some of these at-bats have been real impressive.
Yep.
Making Mazzella come to them. And here's Alex Alonso, who had one of those doubles in the first, and he falls behind 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of run, you know, it's a gritty run. You sort of, you know, you grinded one out there, and that's baseball. Baseball's a grinded-out sport.
2 on, 2 out. Alonso
Good.
takes just outside. It was a good pitch. I thought that it went through the back door.
Yeah, so did Mazzella. I thought that caught the corner. It's been a long inning, hasn't it?
Yeah, really between the top and bottom, and Alonso looking to extend it as he rips it just foul towards that Steinert bullpen, where they do have somebody warming up down there.
Chucky Iacono lifting his leg up. Perfect rhythm. There's a ball shot under it.
Steinert's got a right-hander getting loose. Potentially Joe Maglione.
Oh, look out.
It keeps looking like it's going to be closer than it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of the Nottingham base runners have been a little delayed getting back into the bag. Count a ball and 2 strikes on Alonso. Looking to give his team the lead right back. And he takes in the dirt. For Steinert, they've got the top of their order due up in the 5th. So potentially a big moment in this game right here as Nottingham looks to retake the lead. And Alonso takes outside and the count goes full. And now the runners will be off.
Yeah, that's always a big pitch, that 2-2 pitch with runners on like that, because now you get ball 3 and they got the automatic head start. these Nottingham guys, if we talk about grinding, these guys have been grinding out their at-bats this inning, too.
And again, Mazzella steps off, and now Caden Hurley's going to go out and have a word with him. A very quick word. It probably was just a singular word.
Yeah, throw strikes.
Oh, he's going back for a second. Throw strikes, and then he goes back out and tells him, do it now. Another fantastic at-bat by a Nottingham hitter here in the fourth. Alonso looking to pay it off. The 3-2 will have to wait.
We've had the scene, how many, at least 20 pickoffs from Mazzella.
That sounds about right. An average of about 5 an inning.
Somewhere between 15 and 20, I would think.
3-2 pitch. Alonso rips it right to third base, and Anthony Prasolicino makes the grab. And so Steinert limits the damage. Nottingham gets one across to pull back even. We're all locked up at 3 as we go to the 5th here on WBCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Today's game is brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Spring is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To help protect yourself and your property, remember to lock vehicles, keep doors locked at home, and close and lock your windows and sliding doors when you go to bed or leave the house. You can learn more at www.mercercountyprosecutor.com. The Hamilton Township Division of Health offers a variety of free services to keep you and your community healthy. It's important for everyone to stay up to date on recommended vaccines. Whether you or a loved one needs an annual flu shot, COVID-19 vaccine, or a pneumonia shot, Hamilton's Division of Health is ready to help. You can learn more at hamiltonnj.com/health. And just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half-season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packs are on sale now for the 2026 season.
New pitcher for the Northstars, Luca Gaglione, taking the mound. And pretty good job. Pretty good job by Austin Wright. What did he do? Let's see. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs,
Leading off the
2 earned.
Fielder number 10, Dom DeFrancis.
4 strikeouts, 2 walks.
And Luca Gaglione, last season as a freshman, pitched to a 5.70 ERA in 27 innings of work as he delivers high to DeFrancis, so it's 1 ball and no strikes. Gaglione gave up 22 earned runs in those 27 innings, did strike out 30 but walked 18, and he falls behind 2-0. So Luca Gaglione goes from center field onto the mound, and we'll try to update you on the rest of the defensive changes.
We might have seen the last of Mazzella, too. He threw 35 pitches in that last inning.
3-0. That one's over the plate. Yeah, you were talking about baseball being a grind, and that last inning was a microcosm of that for Mazzella. Those 35 pitches did allow a run, as DeFrancis is aboard with that leadoff walk that you never want to see in any inning, but especially for Nottingham after they tie the game back up.
Yeah.
Now batting the shortstop,
You're right.
2, Tommy Dida.
You know, you build a little momentum back for yourself, and you don't want to give it away like that. And here comes Mr. Walkman himself, Tommy Dida. Two bases on balls.
He's already walked twice so far. He walked one time all of last season, and so he's already doubled that total here in his first 2 plate appearances. First one to Dida. He squares. He pulls back. He takes outside. And so 5 of the first 6 pitches out of that left hand of Luca Gaglione have missed. Another throw over, and back in with a dive is DeFrancis. Nick Gaglione pinched way in, and he's even with the mound over there at third base. Dida squares, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Boy, there are a lot of changes for Nottingham's defense. Vince Capone helping us out with that. We got Alex Alonso is going from catcher to shortstop. Austin Wright, of course, from pitcher. He's now behind the plate at catcher. Ethan Miller from shortstop to second base. Luke Formica from left field to center field. And Braden Elnager from second base to left field.
And a partridge in a pear tree and then some.
My goodness. Yeah, we would have, thanks, Vince. We would have had trouble figuring all that one out by ourselves.
People helping people.
It's a beautiful thing.
Count 2 balls and 1 strike here on Dida. Leadoff man aboard over there at first is DeFrancis. 2-1, he squares and he takes outside, and it's 3-1. And Gaglione out of the bullpen is having some trouble finding the strike zone.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not going to matter who's playing where on defense if you can't get the ball over the plate.
(3-1), runner goes, pitch is taken, throw down to second, and unable to hang on to it that time was Alex Alonso. And yeah, they say the pitch missed, so I'll tell you what, that was a close pitch.
Yeah.
And so it's back-to-back walks to begin the 5th. And so 2 on, nobody out for the 3-hole hitter, Matt Morris.
Now batting the designated
never good.
hitter, number 9, Matt Morris.
Tommy Dida still has not recorded an at-bat this season. He's 0 for 0 with 3 walks.
With a 1,000 on-base percentage.
Well, Matt Morris, he's been a bit over-aggressive at the plate. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And now Fish, his main mission has to just be to at least advance DeFrancis over to third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's had Dida out there on second base both times he's come up, so you know he wanted to drive him in. I don't think they'd bunt with their third batter, but I'm not, I don't know.
They've got the corners in. He's swinging, and he hits a little cue shot out to second base, scooped up, and they flip to second for 1. And so you got to believe both teams will take that. Morris will take advancing the runner to third, and Nottingham gets the middle runner. That was Ethan Miller fielding it.
And Alex Alonso tried to do a little bit of Chase Utley from the 2008 World Series. He made the out, and then he turned and faked the throw to first, and then turned her back to third to see if maybe DeFrancis might have taken off. He didn't.
But an A for effort nonetheless there from Alonso.
Yep.
Nothing like going from catcher out to shortstop and then trying to pull a Chase Utley, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So here's Caden Hurley. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a fly out to center. Chance to put Steinert back in front. First pitch ripped right to third, and they're going to double him up.
Wow, you talk about bad luck for Steinert and really good luck for Nottingham. That ball was smoked right at Gaglione, and all he had to do was beat DeFrancis back to third base, and DeFrancis was down the line a little bit too much, and whew, that'll lift you if you're Nottingham.
Even though it's a cold day, they always call it the hot corner. Nick Gaglione was ready, and this game stays tied as it's time to stretch. We go to the bottom of the fifth here on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Now open in Hamilton, DiLorenzo's The Berg at 147 Sloan Avenue. Tyler DiLorenzo, third-generation pie maker, brings his iconic Trenton tomato pies back to Hamilton. Since 1938, the tradition of Chambersburg's iconic tomato pie back here in Hamilton at DiLorenzo's The Berg, 147 Sloan Avenue. Today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, who would like to take this opportunity to wish all of our students the best of luck this school term. We're proud to support you. This message brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association. And celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They've got it all, new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks and a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Nick Gaglione made Nottingham's fan section hands clap with that 5 unassisted double plays. The North Stars escaped the jam in the top of the fifth and now look to retake the lead here in the bottom of the inning as they'll send Austin Wright, the aforementioned Nick Gaglione, and Ethan Miller to the plate, facing the new pitcher for Steinert, right-handed hurler Joe Maglione, who last season in his junior campaign, 34 2/3 innings, a minuscule 1.41 ERA, 4 walks to 27 strikeouts for Maglione, a guy who really fills up the strike zone.
Yeah, he sure does.
And a guy that Brian Giolella is going to be counting on this season in the absence of Marco Giambrone, at least on the mound, and Chris Samanka for the first couple of months.
And we talked about the father-son combinations, and Joe Maglione, his father Brian, pitched for Steinert back in the 80s.
It's a ball and a strike here on Austin Wright, who's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Check the swing, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
There's been a lot of changes in momentum and the way things are going in this game. It's been back and forth.
2-1 to Wright is inside, 3 balls and a strike for a guy who's trying to make himself into an extra base machine. He had 5 extra base hits last year and already 2 in his first 2 games this season. The 2-2, ripped foul. You want to talk about wrapping around a baseball that time.
Yeah, that ball looked a little up and in. He turned on it. Wright and Hurley exchanging a couple words there. Wright patting him on the back.
I got to believe with these 2 schools being so close together, a lot of these guys, of course, very familiar playing against and perhaps with one another, this one shot on the ground through the 6 hole, and it's a leadoff single for Austin Wright to begin the 5th, and he continues his hot start to the season, now 5 for 7 to begin the year.
Yeah, not too shabby, huh?
Nick Gaglione.
Yeah, these kids, I mean, they've grown up playing against each other forever. Little League, travel ball, all that stuff.
You kind of know from a young age who your common opponents are going to be for the next 7 or 8 years playing here at Hamilton.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, with travel ball, though, this stuff.
Ooh, look out. Jinx. Gaglione was squaring around and almost caught one off the side of the helmet.
Give me a Coke. But with travel ball, it's becoming all more frequent that, Hamilton kids will play Lawrence kids or Robbinsville kids that they've grown up playing with, too, because these travel balls are from all over the place. Good bunt.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Out to field it is the first baseman, J.M. Brown, and a good job by Wright to cover the bag, but the sacrifice is successful, and the go-ahead run is at second base with only one down for Ethan Miller.
Steinert put its first 2 on the last inning and didn't capitalize. Nottingham puts its first guy on, and they're hoping to capitalize. Miller looking for his first hit. Flew out and reached on an error.
Nottingham, it's games like this that could really end up defining their season against a team that you mentioned the pregame, very similar to them talent-wise. They were both right around 500 last year, and it's these kind of swing games that even though it's still March 28th, come May 14th, 15th, when you're deciding CVC seeding and Central Jersey Group 3 seeding, these are the ones you go back and look at.
Yeah, for sure.
A big final few innings here from the Galaxy, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes to count on Miller.
I don't know if I'd say they're the same talent-wise. I mean, they're the same in that they're looking to fill a lot of holes in their lineup that they lost from graduation and stuff. I think Steinert's got the better pitching if you look at the experience with their arms. But they are similar in a lot of ways in what they're facing this year. And either way, what you said is true. This is going to be a big one for, we're only in March, but this is going to be big when it comes down to May and they're looking at those power points.
Two-one pitch is lined out to short. Ditta's going to take it on a hop. And the throw is low, and it can't be dug out. G.M. Brown couldn't get it. Advancing up to third, and then the ball gets away. And Austin Wright is going to score, and the North Stars take the lead. It's 4-3.
Oh, boy. That's, you talk about a difference in innings. Steinert gets a hard hit, smoked ball that turns into a double play, and Nottingham hits a ground ball that you figure it's going to be a second out, and then the runner will be, maybe still at second since the play was in front of him, but turns out to be a run on a double error.
Horror at the corner infields for Steinert.
Yeah, horror at the corner. That's a good way of putting it.
And now Nottingham, with the lead back in their possession and looking for more. Runner in scoring position for Nolan Farr. He walked, and then his pinch runner, Gabe Bittner, came around to score last inning. First pitch swinging, bounces it foul.
Well, that's twice now. Ethan Miller's got on an error by Ditta. One was couldn't handle a grounder, and this one on a throw. But then it was a return throw that really messed things up for Steinert.
Miller out there at second. The 0-1 from Maglione is again rolled foul.
No RBI on that play, obviously.
Yeah, it's an E6.
Yeah. And then an E3. Because the throw to third is what allowed him to come in and score.
Yeah, the error category is not going to look pretty in the final box score tonight.
Well, that's 4 now on Steinert.
That one's taken outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes to count here on Nolan Farr.
Should be a big run to cash in for Nottingham.
Fly ball center field. DeFrancis, who's been a busy man, puts it away. And drawing the throw that time is Miller. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And the batter will be Joey Septak.
If you're Nottingham, you really want to get this
Now
insurance
batting
run
the
in.
designated hitter, number 18, Joey Septak.
As we can see, no lead is safe.
Charlie Iacano is having a word with the home plate umpire. He's going to get another courtesy runner into the ball game. And it looks like it's Sean Perez, the freshman.
Xavier Quinones.
Or my mistake, Xavier Quinones.
Yeah.
So Quinones takes over at second base as Septak digs in 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. And he'd like to repeat his performance from the second inning. Septak, he got his first 2 career at-bats in the game against Steinert last year. He played a lot more down the stretch of the season. The first pitch to him here in the bottom of the 5th is low and away. And the home plate umpire is telling Charlie Iacano that he's got to move back into that third base coach's box.
Yeah.
They're cracking down on that this year.
Getting a little jumpy down there.
1-0. Line foul, 1-1.
Yeah, how often do you really see the coach in the box?
Well, Major League Baseball, you now are going to see it a lot more because they can't leave those 2 outer lines.
I did not know that. Rule change? He ain't in the box now.
I think he's peeking down at the home plate umpire like, you don't see me.
He's closer to third base than he is to the box.
1-1 from Maglione, and a good off-speed pitch that time. It's 1-2.
What do you get if you get closer? What do you get, a technical foul?
Technical, and a free throw.
Yeah.
You get to pick any batter to come up, and they could hit a home run. 1-2 from Maglione. Poke towards shallow left. Coming on Copera. He slides,
Nice
and he
play.
makes the basket catch. Ooh, that is a big-time play from John Copera. Mark that one down, keeping this at a 1-run ball game as we go to the top of the 6th here in Hamilton Township.
You give me a lot to mark down.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian. Or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Today's game is brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Spring is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To help protect yourself and your property, remember to lock vehicles, keep doors locked at home, close and lock your windows and sliding doors when you go to bed or leave the house. You can learn more at www.mercercountyprosecutor.com. The now open in Hamilton is DiLorenzo's The Berg at 147 Sloan Avenue. Tyler DiLorenzo, third-generation pie maker, brings his iconic Trent tomato pies back to Hamilton, again located 147 Sloan Avenue. And today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, who would like to take this opportunity to wish all of our students the best of luck this school term. We're proud to support you. This message brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association. Leading it off in the top of the 6th will be Anthony Prostosimo for Steinert, who now find themselves back behind, this time by the score of 4-3 after the Northstars have pushed a run across in each of the last 2 frames.
Yep, now it's Steinert's turn to have to come back again.
And now this is where Gaglione has to find a way to pound the strike zone. Walked the first 2 batters he faced in the 5th, and then got some help from his defense to get out of the inning unscathed. Got a fielder's choice in the third, or for the 3rd batter, Matt Morris, and then got Caden Hurley to line into a double play over at 3rd. As this one's fouled back 1-2.
You know, I misspoke before. Steinert had 5 errors today. They had the 2 on the pickoffs in that 1 inning, and then the 1 on the ground ball, and then the 2 this past inning. 4 of the errors have come on throws.
One-two to Prostacimo. Breaking ball bounced. Gaglione off the mound, plants and fires. What a play! All of a sudden, it's the Nottingham defense showing up and showing out. And there's 1 down here in the 6th, just as we're talking about errors.
Yeah, right.
Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Nick Lepore.
I mean, there's been a little sloppiness in this game, but it's been a good game. I mean, it's exciting. It's unpredictable. You know, and again, I mean, Nottingham's played a game, but it's an opening game for Steinert, and it's only the 2nd game for Nottingham, so you're going to expect some miscues and things like that.
Count a ball and no strikes here on the 6-hole hitter, Nick Lepore. Rips it on the ground towards short. And just as we're talking about their stellar defense, Alex Alonso commits an error.
Yeah. Announcer's jinx.
The Jordan jinx has arrived in full force in baseball season.
What a jinx it is.
It does not discriminate. It'll get anybody. And so now Marco Giambrone, who homered to center field. And if you're wondering how he got it out of the ballpark at 430 feet out to center, he did not. An inside the park 3-run home run his last time up. Those are the only 3 runs of the day for Steinert. Nottingham has spread their scoring out. And the throw over to first. Speaking of things that have been spread out, or perhaps not so, these pickoff attempts.
Yeah.
Spread out in the sense that we've had a lot every inning. As that one's down and away, it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Yes, consistently spread out, I guess the word would be.
2-0 from Gaglione. Down low, 3 balls, no strikes, the count on Nick Lepore.
Nothing's coming easy today for anybody. Any pitcher, nobody. It's been a battle.
Wind whipping out to left. A 3-0 offering, and it'll have to wait because we got another throw over to first as it's Prostacimo plopping back into the bag.
Oh, the plop.
Well, Gaglione last season mentioned it, his struggles on the mound, a 5.7 ERA. He allowed 3 earned runs or more in 5 of his 11 appearances. And he's just walked his 3rd batter that he's faced.
4th. No, 3rd. Sorry.
The third walk now in 7 hitters. And it'll bring up Stephen Wright with a chance to tie this game back up.
And they're putting 2 runners on here without a hit, without benefit of a hit. And again, you know, team takes a lead, and then the other team comes back and lets runners get on.
And Brian Giolella is having a word with his 2 base runners as well as the man due up, Stephen Wright, discussing what's going to be put on here. Got to believe that we're going to see a bunt now that they're having this conversation.
Well, maybe. I don't know. You know, 2 out, 1 out, you're bunting them over for 2nd and 3rd. You know, there's 2 outs. Usually you can see you doing that with 1 out. But I don't know. You know, maybe you think, okay, let's get a couple runners in scoring position, get the go-ahead run on second, and see if we can get them in with a hit.
Well, Gaglione's also going to come out, so we're going to have a new pitcher for Nottingham, and we'll have the details on that as well as any other defensive changes that take place right after this on WBCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Back here in the top of the 6th, we've got a new pitcher on the mound. From one brother to another, Nick Gaglione relieves Luca and inherits 2 runners. Runners on second and first. Nick Gaglione last season, 51 1/3 innings to lead the way for Nottingham. A 2.73 ERA, struck out 48, walked 16. And we'll try to get you caught up as best we can on some of the defensive changes. There's a first pitch to right. He takes low. So Luca Gaglione goes back out to center field. Braden Elnagar is now back at second base, moving from left to second. Luke Formica goes back to left field after he spent an inning or so in center. Ethan Miller goes from second base over to third base. And with Nick Gaglione on the mound, that would wrap it up for those defensive changes.
Well, this is a tight spot for Gaglione to be entering in.
2-0 pitch is a called strike.
He doesn't want to make it tighter with another walk. And by the way, Lawrence and Robbinsville was up 2-1. Lawrence tied it 2-2 in the 7th. Reminds me of a game from a couple of years ago we did where it went to 12 innings after Lawrence tied it in the 7th.
I remember that game well because weren't you the one on play-by-play for that game?
Yeah, I was the only one. No, I had no color man, no nothing.
And it went 12 innings.
12 innings in the freezing cold. Yeah, that was my play-by-play debut.
2-2 pitches hit foul off of first, and we'll do it again. Well, you don't know, Fish. You're saying it's your swan
Well, that's
song,
true. Yeah, you never know. One of you guys should call in sick again.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Did you just make that up?
No, I think that's been a saying.
Yeah. Since like the 1300s.
Back when people used to count their chickens before they hatched, I guess. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on right. 2 on, 1 away in a 1-run game here in the top of the 6th. And that one's low, and the count goes full. We've seen a lot of that the last few innings.
Yeah, Gaglione did a good job of coming back from down 2-0 to level at 2-2, but now he's got the full count. I don't think the Steinert runners will go here, but yeah, you never know. There's 1 out.
On a 3-2, Stephen Wright rips it down the left field line. That is fair. And going towards the corner. Both runners were off, so they're both going to score easily, and Stephen Wright delivers. Spartans retake the lead. It's 5-4.
Wow. Runners took off, and Wright just lined it right down, just stayed inside that left field line. And, yeah, with both runners off and running, there was no doubt that Lepore and Giambrone were both going to score. How did that work out well for Steinert?
A great job by Wright to keep that one fair. So he matches what his brother did, or what his cousin did back in the first inning. And both Wright cousins have themselves RBI doubles.
And back and forth we go.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter. Ryan Cromwell is going to pinch hit for John Copera. Our third lead change in the last 3 innings.
Yeah, something, huh?
And now Cromwell, fresh off the bench, his first plate appearance of the season, looking to extend this Steinert lead.
Yeah, now Steinert would love to get that insurance run in.
First pitch to Cromwell is taken for a called strike. It's 0-1. Another one of these new players that you got to get used to if you're a Spartan fan. Graduated 12 and returned 12 from a season ago. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Those two runners, or those two guys that scored, both charged to the line of Luca Gaglione.
Right.
And so after he was able to dance out of trouble in the 5th, his brother allows the 2 inherited runners to score in the 6th.
And not out of it yet. Big spot for Cromwell here. First at bat of the season. Try to get that insurance run in.
Ground ball towards third. Up with it, Miller looks the runner back, and now they've got him in a rundown. And the ball goes off Miller's glove. And Wright's just going to keep on chucking.
Whoa, man. How a lot of mistakes in this game. That's all I can say. They had him dead to rights as well. And Capera will go back in now to run for Cromwell.
Ethan Miller was a man of 2 minds over there at third base. And he made the right decision, not throwing it to first and getting the guy in a rundown, but just couldn't come up with the return feed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they had him dead to rights.
And so it's a 6-4 Steinert lead. The batter is Dom DeFrancis, and he turns on one and hits it well foul. Because if he didn't hit that, that would have caught him off the knuckles. And on a day like today, you'll probably take the foul ball instead of a ball in on your hands. DeFrancis 0 for 2 with a walk.
Pretty wild game.
DeFrancis turns on this one, hits it out to right. Babkowski didn't really have to move.
That ball looked like it got launched a little more than I thought it. I mean, I thought it was launched more than it was.
And then Capera advances 90 feet up to third.
Now, I don't know if maybe the wind knocked it down a little bit. Because it was hit into the wind. It was going out to right field.
Yeah, I think the wind certainly played a part there. Because Babkowski, I mean, he maybe took a step to his left, and that was it. As here's Tommy Ditta still looking to record an at-bat. 0 for 0 with 3 walks.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, a second insurance run would look big. 3-run lead would look big this late in the game.
Spartans have scored 3 in the 4th and now 3 in the 6th. And a high pop-up on the infield. And the catch is made at shortstop by Alonzo, and that'll do it. 3 crossed the plate in the inning, and the ball was thrown all around the diamond in the top of the 6th. The big blow was the 2-run double off the bat of Stephen Wright. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Steinert on top, 6-4.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Double.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packs are on sale now for the 2026 season. Today's game is brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Spring is a time when flowers bloom, grass grows, and burglars, thieves, and scammers are more active. To help protect yourself and your property, remember to lock vehicles, keep doors locked at home, and close and lock your windows and sliding doors when you go to bed or leave the house. To learn more, visit mercercountyprosecutor.com. And now open in Hamilton, DiLorenzo's The Berg at 147 Sloan Avenue. Tyler DiLorenzo, third-generation pie maker, brings his iconic Trenton tomato pies back to Hamilton, 147 Sloan Avenue. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 9, Saturdays, noon to 9, and Sundays, 4 to 9, closed on Monday.
Leading off for Nottingham, the left
So,
fielder,
Jordan, you
number
talk
4,
about getting
Luke
some
Formica.
punch from the bottom of your order. Your 7 and 8 hitters, Giambrone and Wright, combined 3 hits, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's been the top of the lineup for Nottingham, the bottom of the lineup for Steinert. And so it's the Spartans with a 6-4 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. And it'll be 8-9-1 due up as Luke Formica, the 8-hole hitter, is ahead in the count 1-0. Facing Joe Maglione out for his 2nd inning of work. Formica today, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. The 2-0. That one's in there.
Joe Maglione came in and gave up that go-ahead run, making him the pitcher of record on the downside. And now that he's come back out, he's the pitcher of record on the plus side if he can keep Nottingham from tying this game or going ahead.
He's behind in the count 3-1 on Formica. And he delivers up high for ball 4. And it's a leadoff walk for Luke Formica. And the tying run is coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th in the form
Now batting the
of
second
Braden
baseman, number
Elnagar.
1, Braden Elnagar.
Elnagar in the 2nd game of his freshman season. He's got a hit in both of them. 1 for 2 today. First pitch he sees from Maglione is off the outer edge. This is what Nottingham did after they fell behind the first time. They're able to draw a leadoff walk and then start to battle.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time in the last 4 innings they've gotten their leadoff guy on.
And this is a nice looking bunt, and the play is made by the catcher Hurley. The sacrifice is successful, so advancing 90 feet is Formica, and now Luca Gaglione as the lineup flips back up to the top.
Now batting the center fielder, number 8, Luca Gaglione.
That's a little curious, bunting down 2 runs. Well, I guess you figure play for a run in the 6th and a run in the 7th.
Brian Giolella is heading out to the mound, and we'll see if we have a pitching change or if he just wants to talk things over with Maglione. And it looks like all it is a meeting. Perhaps giving him the scouting report on this top of the lineup that has been very dangerous. The top 4 in the Nottingham order have collected 5 hits and 3 RBIs, as well as 3 runs scored.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting today how the top of one lineup and the bottom of the other lineup are the ones coming through.
And you got to believe Luca Gaglione wants to come through right here because currently he's the pitcher on the losing side after it was his two inherited runners that came around to score on that Stephen Wright double last inning,
Right.
which gave Steinert the lead.
Yep. Yeah, you want to get yourself off the hook, that's for sure. But I'm sure he's more worried about it just for Nottingham's team itself rather than his own record. But
runner on second, one down. The pitch to Gaglione. Swings at it and lifts it to center. DeFrancis ranging back, and there's two down. Hit it deep enough to where Formica will tag. And so a runner on third with two outs now for Alex Alonso.
that's all you want right now. Get outs. Get outs, and, you get out without the run scoring, and you're in good shape.
Alonso today 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. He's also popped out and lined out.
Nottingham would love to get this. Ooh,
he gets drilled
in the back.
I think he got drilled off the thigh that time. That's where he pointed to when telling the home plate umpire.
Okay.
And so they're on the corners now for Austin Wright, who's already doubled home 1 run.
He's got a couple hits and big at bat. I mean, it's a world of difference if you can come up in the 7th inning, provided they hold Steinert in the top of the 7th. If you could come up down 1 run as opposed to down 2, you get a runner on, you can bunt him over and play for the 1 run. You're down 2 runs. It's a little different.
First pitch to Wright. Slow roller. Charging Prostakimo. Gloves. Fires. In time.
Nice
Got him by a step. Nottingham threatens in the 6th, but they do not score. They strand 2 out on the base paths. We'll go to the 7th. Steinert now looking for some insurance on top by 2.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Leading off for the
We
Spartans,
go to the top of the
designated
7th here from the
number 9,
Galaxy.
Morris.
Steinert on top 6-4, and they're going to send 3, 4, and 5 to the dish. Matt Morris, Caden Hurley, and Anthony Prostakimo here in the 7th as that one's ripped on the ground and just underneath the diving glove of Miller and into left field. And to lead off single to begin the 7th for Matt Morris.
We got to go back to that play by Prostakimo because that was not an easy play. He had to charge and get it on the short hop, come up, and his throw was in the dirt. And Marco Giambrone made a great job to dig it out. Really good defensive play on both ends, and that saved a lot of trouble for Steiner because that was a run score, and he would have had a couple more guys on base.
That one's taken high for Hurley. So a ball and no strikes as Nick Gaglione looking to limit the damage, keep it at a 2-run game. He was the pitcher of losing record on Wednesday. 3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, just 2 of them were earned though against the Petty School. Did walk 2 and strike out 3 in that one.
Nottingham, if they can't come back, Nottingham's going to look back too. They have 8 runners left on base now.
1-1 to Hurley. Up and away. 2 balls and a strike, the count on the Steinert catcher. Two-1 is fouled back. Caden Hurley now firmly in possession of the starting catcher role for Steinert after he kind of split time with Vinny Condurso last year. Hurley more of an offensive threat than the graduated senior Condurso was. On a 2-2, Hurley swings and misses. And now the throw down to second, nobody's covering the bag.
Again. What?
Elnagar was able to knock it down and hold Morris at second. But man, just more fielding problems in the middle of the diamond for Nottingham.
Yeah, and mental errors. Jeez.
Now batting the third baseman, number 30, Anthony Prostasimo.
And we'll get a courtesy runner now for Steinert. And that is Ben Nitty, number 15 for the Spartans.
You knew he was coming in sooner or later, didn't you?
I did. I knew it so well that I called it like 3 innings ago.
That's right. Do you find it one of life's little quirky situations that we have 2 pitchers in the game right now whose last names rhyme with each other? Gaglione and Maglione. I mean, with the length of those names, you'd think it'd be hard to find anything to rhyme with them, and you got your mound counterpart with the same rhyming last name. These are the things I think about sometimes.
We were able to check that off the bingo card on opening day. Pitchers with names that rhyme.
Yeah, 3-syllable pitchers' names that rhyme.
Popped up shallow right. Who wants it?
Look
It's
out.
Farr who makes the grab, and there's 2 away. And now it'll be Nick Lepore.
Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Nick Lepore.
Lepore today 1 for 3 with a single. He scored a pair of runs after he reached via an error last inning. Came around to score on that Stephen Wright go-ahead double. And Gaglione delivers that one high. It's a ball and no strikes.
Gaglione knows he's got to keep this score right here. You do not want to let Steiner get any more ahead.
One 0 pitch is off the plate away. 2 balls, no strikes. And I guess right now, if Steinert is to hang on to this one, our DiLorenzo's the Berg player of the game. It's a 2-man race between Marco Giambrone, the man on deck, and Stephen Wright. Giambrone, the 3-run homer. Stephen Wright, the go-ahead double.
Well, I'll let you make that call, pal.
Still a lot of time left. But for right now, Giambrone or Wright are in the driver's seat to get a gift card. 2-1's inside. Good pitch to throw on.
Good throw. Right on the bag.
And so Steinert's top of the 7th ends on the base paths. Man, Ben Nitty, he was out by about 10 feet that time. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Nottingham needs 2. Steinert looking to start the year 1-0 when we come back.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, I'm Errol Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
One last chance for Nottingham as they look to avoid an 0-2 start to the season. Down 6-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. And Nick Gaglione, the cleanup man, will lead it off against Joe Maglione. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. It's 0-1.
I'll tell you, this would be really, if Steinert holds on, this would be a really big win for them. Battling from behind twice in this game. And conversely, this is going to be a tough loss for Nottingham. I mean, to have 2 leads, 3-0 and 4-3, and not be able to hold on, emotion-wise, there's a lot going on here.
That's a called strike, too. So it's 1-2, the count now on Gaglione, as Maglione looks to close it out and pick up a save on opening day. 1-2, up and in.
No, wouldn't Maglione be the winning pitcher?
Well, that is a good point. Yeah, he'd be the winning pitcher, and you can't save your own game.
Yeah, exactly.
2-2. Wave and a miss. It was caught out of the air by Hurley, so Gaglione's trot down to first will go for naught, and there's 1 away here in the 7th.
By the way, how about that throw by Austin Wright to end that last inning? Man, that couldn't have been a more perfect throw. Right in front of the bag. All he had to do was catch it and let the runner slide into it.
First pitch to Ethan Miller is taken for a strike, they say. So it's 0-1. Close pitch that time.
Ethan Miller's probably worn out from playing so many positions today.
And he's now behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And Miller's been all over the infield. What's he played? Second, third, and short.
Shortstop, second, and third, yeah.
The 0-2. And a called strike 3. Back-to-back Ks to start the 7th for Maglione. And Steinert is 1 out away from picking out a victory, or picking up a victory on opening day.
Nolan Farr.
Yeah, Maglione came in, gave up the go-ahead run, but it was really no fault of his own. There was a couple errors there that allowed those runs to score, and since then he's been really good.
Nolan Farr is the last hope for Nottingham. 1 for 3 with a single and a pair of flyouts to right. The 1-0. Just below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. Looking to extend this game and get it to Joey Septak.
So barring a miracle comeback here, you want me to tell them to send GM Brown up here to you?
Well, I'll head down there with you, Fish.
What a guy.
We do the interviews on the phone nowadays.
Okay.
Put it up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts.
Just make sure when you're done with him, he makes sure he comes over and talks to me.
I'll send him right over.
You won't. You'll forget.
and he'll go back, and you'll have to chase him down.
Exactly, as always. Keeps me in shape. Keeps me young.
See, I'm helping out your physique.
No,
the 3-1 is
how I wish
right down the middle.
How I wish he was doing that.
3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Maglione looking to punctuate an opening day victory for Steinert. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
What a way to finish.
Joe Maglione strikes out the side in the 7th, and the Spartans begin the season 1-0 with a 6-4 victory over their rival Nottingham.
Well, Joey Maglione finished with a flare. had a little bit of issue with the control in the 6th inning with a walk and a hit batsman, but he came out firing in that 7th, and really good win for Steinert to start this season. Tough loss for Nottingham. They're going to have to regroup and come back, and but they've been competitive. Their first 2 games have the Northstars, so long way to go. Long way to go in this season.
Steinert gets the win 6-4. Today's game on WBCB was brought to you by Team Toyota, the Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford, the Revere Restaurant, the Hamilton Township Animal Shelter, Kessel Dermatology, Saul Funeral Homes, the New Jersey Education Association, the Trenton Thunder, the Hamilton Township Division of Health, Chris's Auto Body, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, D. Lorenzo's The Berg in Hamilton, the Trentonian, the Hamilton Township Education Association, and Hyundai of Trenton. Our D. Lorenzo's The Berg player of the game, it's going to be Marco Giambrone, a 3-run home run on opening day for the senior. When we'll get a chance to talk to him, you can find that interview shortly following the conclusion of this broadcast on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts. Spartans get a win 6-4 to begin their 2026 campaign. I'd like to thank everybody for watching and thank our crew one more time. For my broadcast partner, Rich Fisher, for our cameraman, Rob Gilmore, and Brianne O'Neill, who produced today's stream. My name's Jordan Hirsch, saying thank you for watching and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.